Okay, in this video, we're going to learn how to use an if statement. An if statement is a test. It's a way of getting the spreadsheet to make a decision for us about a piece of data. We did something similar when we used if statements in Python. It's kind of the same sort of thing where you you programmed uh, Python to do something depending on the outcome of a test on a piece of data. Now, the easiest way to explain this really is just to show you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a column in here. So I'm clicking there, right clicking on H, inserting again, and I just want the spreadsheet to tell me whether the average here is above 400 question mark. And it's going to do that by simply putting a yes or no in this column here, depending on whether this number is above 400 or not. Now I can see that here quite easily, but when spreadsheets get very big and you have hundreds of data items, this is where having this visual representation makes things a lot easier. Now it's a function, so we're going to press the equals button, and then over here, back up on the left, we're going to choose the third one down. Now we've done average and sum. The third one down is if. So I click on if. Now, here's where we have to do some thinking. The logical test, as it says here, it checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if true and another value if false. So our logical test is if whatever is in cell G3, so if G3 is greater than 400, I want it to say yes. And if it's not, then false, I want it to say no. So if the number in G3 is greater than 400, I would like it to say yes. If it's not greater than 400, I want it to say no. I click OK. So is that number greater than 400? Yes, it is. Now, I didn't type yes into that box. Excel has decided for me. So if I now do the drag and fill all the way down, Excel has now decided that, yeah, G4 is not greater than 400, G5 is greater than 400, G6 is greater than 400, and G7 is not. And it's consequently gone yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. We can do more things, but we could actually change the color within these cells to say whether something is above 400 as well. We'll come on to that later. Let's do that again. I press equals. I choose if from the drop down over here. My logical test is going to be whether the contents of that cell, in this case G3, are greater than 400. If it is, I want to say yes. If it's not, I want it to say no. And then I click OK. And then I drag down to fill in the rest of those cells. Now, having completed this spreadsheet, I just want to be able to see that we haven't just tried filling in the numbers to make it look like we've done the work. What we actually want to do is we actually want to have a view of the formulas. Now, we did this last week. There's a couple of ways of doing this. I'm going to go to formulas and click show formulas. Now, it adjusts my spreadsheet and some of it's disappeared off my screen here. I want to scroll along so you can see it, but all my formulas are now visible instead of the answers that are underneath. And that's exactly what I want to see. I can then turn the show formulas off. It goes back to normal. But as long as you're able to do the show formulas button on the formulas ribbon here, then anybody can see that you've done the formulas properly. That's very important.